Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this very special flight.
Please ensure that your seatbelts are fastened and your chairs are in the upright position.
Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure and take your seats.
Flying conditions are perfect. We're cleared for takeoff.
The captain and his crew wish you all a very enjoyable flight. time, humans have dreamed of flying.
Inspired by the creatures of the air, they have always wondered how it would feel if they could fly.
When early man had made his fire and sharpened flint for hunting, and learned to fish with skillful eye and eat what he could find, he turned away from earthly things, observed the sky above him, and looking upwards, tantalizing thought came to his mind. Slide, geese slide, why can't I fly? Ducks fly, geese fly, why can't I try? If only I had wings, they'd be very useful things. Then I would learn to fly. Then I will legends grew of flying creatures, messengers and monsters, of Pegasus, the horse with wings, and beasts of every kind. Young Icarus, imprisoned, feared escape would never happen. But Daedalus looked to the skies with other thoughts in mind. Doves fly, wolves fly, why can't we fly? Crows fly, storks fly, why can't we try? If only we had wings, they'd be very useful things. Then you and I could learn to fly. Then you and So man continued wishing he could soar beyond the clouds, to search for new horizons and look down upon the world, to feel the never-ending space, serenity and freedom, to climb up to the heavens with angelic wings unfurled. We fly, we have to fly, a quest for humankind. Let's always keep that thrilling and exciting thought in why can't we fly? Swans fly, gnats fly, why can't we try? If only we had wings, they'd be very useful things. Then you and I could learn to fly. Then you and let's
Throughout history, there have been many pioneers of the air. Over 2,000 years ago, the Chinese invented kites. It is said that some were able to lift a man up into the sky.
But it wasn't until 1783 that French brothers Joseph and Jacques Montgolfier really got things off the ground.
The Montgolfier boys had a plan. Made a man with a 30-foot stand. Put a fire beneath and an elephant basket, they say.
that year, the first recorded manned flight took place.
Many others followed, but balloons were unpredictable.
They often crashed.
Or exploded.
70 years later, Sir George Cayley designed something very different, a gliding machine.
The Wright brothers saw this and were impressed, but thought they could do better.
The Wright Flyer was in the air for just 12 seconds.
But that was it. From that day onward, the sky was the limit.
And the 40th flight saw that history was made, and the 20th century aviation foundations were laid.
1909, Louis Blériot was the first to fly across the English Channel.
1911, the first non-stop flight from London to Paris.
1913, the first aeroplane to loop the loop.
1927, Charles Lindbergh is the first man to fly solo across the Atlantic.
1932, Amelia Earhart is the first woman to do the same.
1939, first flight by jet-powered plane.
1944, the Marco Polo flies from Washington, D.C. to RAF Northolt in under 20 hours.
1947, first human to break the sound barrier.
1949, first non-stop flight around the world.
1976, first supersonic passenger flight. Concorde.
Is very heavy, so how does it get off the ground and stay in the air?
Aerodynamics, the interaction of four vital forces: thrust, lift, drag, and weight.
Sitting on the runway, ready for takeoff, waiting for the signal to go. Engines are whirring, power is stirring, steady and low. In an instant the revs
1914, the outbreak of war.
An attack from the air was now a possibility.
But no one expected the horror that was to come.
Zeppelins.
Giant airships.
Dropping bombs. A new aerodrome had been built at Northolt for the Royal Flying Corps.
Their task was to defend London against the Zeppelins.
And in June 1915, the brave pilots in their single-engine biplanes took to the skies.
Trust away, we are leaving to defend all we believe in. Fly high, victory and honor, straight from afar, like sun and home. Because we have to go flying, and the tears that you are crying, your strength and courage are greater than we've known.
But their attempts were largely unsuccessful,
The Zeppelins flew too high for the biplanes.
and the attacks continued. 51 bombing raids killed 557 people and injured over 1,000 others.
More than 5,000 bombs were dropped.
The boys from Northolt fought on bravely against the might of the Zeppelins.
Because we have to go flying, and the tears that you are crying, give us strength and courage far greater than we've known.
1917, a major breakthrough in aircraft design.
The ability to synchronize machine gun fire forwards through the propeller.
Fitted with its new gun, the Sopwith 1.5 Strutter biplane arrives at Northolt.
And in April of that year, number 43 Squadron, equipped with these new planes, leaves for the front line.
We're on our way, we're off to France, to fight the battle from the air, to help the Allied troops across, and give the enemy a stare.
With a combination of aerial reconnaissance and precision firing, the Allied troops were able to advance with the enemy seriously weakened.
With nerves to still a steady hand, without a cause to hooray, with birds and bugles dust in land, we trampled on and played the game.
In the months that followed, the Royal Flying Corps continued fighting on the Western Front, helping to block the German advance.
But with the end of the war in sight, it was time for the pilots to leave.
Eight months before the end of the war, a decision was made to merge the Royal Flying Corps and the Royal Naval Air Service.
In a final battle on the 12th of April 1918, more bombs were dropped and more missions were flown than on any other day.
And as the war was ending, a new military service was born,
The Royal Air Force.
of November 1918, the RAF was the most powerful air force in the world.
Over the next 2 decades, it continued to grow and strengthen, prepared for any future conflict.
Its motto would forever be an inspiration to its brave pilots, per ardua ad astra.
Through adversity to the stars.
After 4.5 months, the battle was over.
Without the help from the Allies, especially the skillful Polish Air Force, victory would have been impossible.
At last, Britain had control of the skies.
They
And flying makes the world seem smaller, bringing people and places closer together.
And if you don't want to fly, you'll never have the exhilarating feeling of being up in the air, as free as a bird. The sky is the brightest blue. It is always sunny and it never rains.
We'd like to stay longer in this magical place, but it's getting late and soon we must be heading for home.
We've enjoyed our flight, an exciting journey through the wonderful world of flying.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Triplet School and Pauline Miles. Hayes Park Primary and Laura Phillips. Give us away. Newnham Junior School and Sheila Wood. Newnham Infant School. Directed by Sue Turner. Cherish Bristow and the musicians of the Regiment Band of the RAF. Emily Thomas. Caroline Dooley. Composer David Perkins. And once again, conductor Matt Thomas.